Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. It is Tuesday evening, time for Toy Tuesday, 7 o'clock. We are live on Facebook, and we will repost this on YouTube after we get done here. Since we are live, we'll give everybody 20 or 30 seconds to jump on with us, and then we'll get rolling here shortly. So, got a few people getting on with us. We'll get rolling here in just a second. We are still having some comment issues, at least on Sunday night. When we got done with Sunday night chat, once again, I refreshed it and had about 10 or 12 more comments that were hung up in the system. So I'll be watching for comments tonight. There we go. We got one from Chris. Thanks for throwing that out there, Chris. Good evening. We got one comment, so hopefully keep our fingers crossed. Things will, for the most part, work. I don't try to ignore anybody. I got to work with what I'm getting and what I get, what the system's feeding me. So Rico and Jess are here with us. Got some blue thumbs popping up. My buddy Robert's on. Got a good group coming on. It's scrolling in pretty quick with people jumping on with us. So, and we are getting some comments. So that being said, let's talk about Tucker. I've been promising you guys some Tucker stuff for a long time. Some of my YouTube viewers have been wearing me out on it because I keep forgetting about it, and that is true. I have kept forgetting about it. About a year ago, we went to the Pioneer Auto Show in Murdo, South Dakota. If you haven't been there, I strongly recommend it. Great museum. Dave Giesel, great people. Met his daughter and Dave. Awesome people. They've been on, the American Pickers have been there a few times, and a great museum and a ton of cool stuff. So, lots of names scrolling on. Thanks for jumping on tonight, everybody. We got a really steady scroll coming on of new names, so I can't catch everybody, but I do appreciate you being here. So anyway, we were at the Pioneer Auto Show in Murdo, South Dakota, and there was a piece there that my daughter and I just fell in love with. We've always kind of thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool if we could ever find one of these, and they had one. And that was an actual original Tucker silk showroom banner. So after we got to talking to Dave a little bit, I asked him if he would sell it. And to my shock, he said he would think about it. So we talked about it a little bit, kind of got the backstory on it. What Dave told me was that his dad was I believe a Chevy dealer. I'm not sure, but he had a new car franchise in Murdo, South Dakota in the late 40s, and actually had tried to sign up with Tucker. And from what Dave told me, this was the banner that his dad got at that point. Which just shocked me that he would even consider selling it. But he did, we continued talking, and actually we did manage to get a deal put together on it. So super excited about it, super excited to show you guys. Can't believe it's taken me this long to do it, but I did keep forgetting it. But anyway, without further ado, let's get to that and then check out some other cool Tucker memorabilia. Thanks for jumping on, everybody. Hey to everybody that's typing in, hi. Glad you're here tonight. Let's check this thing out. I've got it, it did not actually have a sticker or string on it, so I've got it some magnets holding it up to the door. So let's flip this around and check it out. And there it is. Really cool piece. It is not perfect. This was hanging in their museum, and it was actually hanging near a door. So it does have some stains in it up here that I don't know if there's any way to even attempt to clean, because I wouldn't want to damage it any further than what it already is damaged. It does have a tear on this side. I need to have this thing professionally matted and framed is what I'm going to need to do. Really has good color for being little over 70 years old, but still has the tassels on the bottom. You know, it does have some wrinkles in it. It has been displayed, and just like I said, I need to get it framed and matted and really put away and displayed correctly. But the colors are great. The shield, or the family crest, looks great. And I'm seeing a ton of blue thumbs, so I'm taking that. It means everybody likes it. Enrique likes it. And you're right. Finding something like this in mint condition would be just about impossible. I mean, it is silk. It is fabric. And it's, 70 plus years old. So it's a great piece. I was absolutely ecstatic that Dave agreed to sell it to us. And the blue thumbs are like a stream, so I'm taking that as a good sign. That's when you got a river of blue thumbs, I'm thinking everybody digs the Tucker banner just like we did. But my daughter and I obviously were extremely excited to add this to our collection. You know, Tuckers have such an amazing story. The car was literally just too far ahead of its time, and it was too good. I mean, it had the stuff that we see today. Disc brakes, safety belt, safety glass. You know, the stuff that is just super common is, you know, they had it. 6970 Grand Prix, I have not picked, do not have any of those at all right now. Just about missed that comment. Things are scrolling in. So there it is. There's the Tucker banner that we've been talking about. Not perfect, but just a great piece, great color, and super, super excited to add that to the collection. So what else do we have tonight? We've had some of this stuff on before, but it was real early when we first started doing some of these episodes. So I'll show you a few of these other Tucker pieces that I've got. An original copy of the Tucker Topics, which is a neat piece, an actual company magazine they put out. Great pictures. Right there's the Tucker accessories. There was the suitcases that you could order to get that were made to fit the car. Just really cool stuff. The prototypes, the shows, as they took the car around to show it off, to try to get investors, to try to sign up dealers. Really cool story. I think this is a reprint of a showroom or a sales brochure. The paper feels too new to be original, so I think this was a reprint. But it showed a lot of the features that they had that a lot of other car companies hadn't even thought of yet. Even where they had the doors that opened into the roof because it had a lower center of gravity and it sat lower and you needed the head clearance to get in. Things like that they thought of. That's what was so cool about this car, and that's also what led to their demise. You know, the big three were scared of it. It was too good. There was a lot of features in that they were going to have to really play catch up with. So, the last Tucker piece I want to show you tonight is my radio. Brand new in the box. This is actually an extra control head. I actually have two of these. I've got the one with the radio, and I've got this piece. Great looking piece. You know, got the letters and everything on it. And if you don't know the story of Tucker, what they did was, as they were trying to get people to sign up to buy the car, get their deposits, get on a list, and have cars sold, the more accessories you bought, like we just looked at the suitcases in the magazine, we're looking at a radio right now, if you bought more accessories, you had a better chance of moving further up the list to get your Tucker. And my buddy Robert threw it in there. Alex Tremulous was the designer of the Tucker. If you haven't seen the movie, it goes through all that stuff in the movie. I love the movie. It's a great movie. So, yeah, definitely check that out. So there are some of these accessories out there. Not tons, but they are out there. The radio was the most common one. That's what you do see the most of. Did they make any die-cast or plastic Tucker cars? I don't know if the factory ever did, like an actual factory promo. Obviously, there's been multiple hundreds and hundreds of different toy Tuckers made since then. I do not know, and I have not ever seen of a factory promo Tucker. So, that being said, let's check out this radio now that we have a little bit of the backstory on it. And let's unbox a brand new Tucker radio. Here's how they came. This is the original box. When you opened it up, there it all is. There's the other control head I have, still has the remains of the tag on it. The original speaker, which is cracked out just from age, but brand new. Some of the wiring. There's the actual radio itself. Now, and that's something else if you guys aren't familiar with. Back in the 30s and 40s, the radio was actually a separate unit that mounted up under the dash. And they had a separate control head, just like these here, that was mounted, that was accessible to the driver and the passenger. This was the actual radio, and you actually didn't see it. It was a separate piece. These control cables, which were actually cables, were what was hooked to the radio, which hooked to the control head to adjust the radio. So, and then in here, in this little other cardboard box, as we open that up, there's all of our templates, our instructions, and even our hardware. It's all still here, just like it was made in probably 1947 or 1948. I don't know when they actually started selling accessories. I'm guessing in 1947 is when they started selling these accessories off, or selling them to get, obviously generate capital and get people signed up to sell them Tuckers. How much money? The radios, I haven't seen any in quite a while, if that's what we're talking about, Enrique. Radios, the last few that I've seen, I think have been around $1,000. They are cool pieces. They're not really good for much. There's only, 49 Tuckers left. They made 50 Tuckers on the assembly line. I believe there was one Tucker assembled from the extra parts. And I believe there have been a couple of custom Tuckers built over the years as well. So obviously you're not going to slap this in your Tucker because there's just not a lot of them running around. But they are an outstanding conversation piece. I love the stuff because I love automotive history and I love all this cool stuff. And I love to be able to share it with you guys. That's what's also fun. That's what's making doing this show so much fun for me, is we get to talk about it, we get to share it with each other, we get to comment on it, and we have a great conversation about it. So, super great stuff. I love it, and especially when when you talk about automotive history with what the Tucker was, and another river of blue thumbs. So, that's good. Okay, yeah, Robert commented. He is correct. My buddy Robert, 51 counting the 10 Goose. The 10 Goose was the prototype. So there were 51 factory-built cars, counting the prototype. So they did make 50 on the assembly line plus the prototype. So that's all super cool stuff. And we got the cats helping us tonight, obviously. But and more blue thumbs. Wow, we got a ton of blue thumbs tonight. So I think we've got a lot of Tucker fans on with us, which is great because, as it was where I was going with that before the cat rudely interrupted us, is it's all automotive history. All these puzzle pieces go together. And when we look at, the Tucker had disc brakes. We didn't see that until the mid-60s. And that was just, 65 Corvette was the first thing, I think, the first regular production car that had it. Today, it's commonplace. It's everywhere. Almost every vehicle made has it. But back then, the Tucker had that in the late 40s. So when we look at the pieces of the puzzle on a lot of this stuff, and we look at the past and where we're at today, and the innovations, and as this stuff progressed, it's so cool. Yeah, Enrique, glad we're, and that's what Enrique's with us, says, glad we're preserving this stuff, and that's what's great about it. There are so many stories that led to where we are today. Yes, and Kevin also brought up a good point. The headlight turns. The center headlight, a Tucker had 3 headlights. The center headlight turns to light where you're going when you go around a corner. If you watch the movie, they originally tried to get both side headlights to pivot or the fenders to pivot, but it wasn't safe. They couldn't safely do that. So they added the third headlight to turn when you turned the wheel, to light exactly where you were going throughout the whole turn. So another cool feature that is obviously one of the most obvious features of the Tucker that I actually had not mentioned tonight. So anyway, Chris, we got a Chris, the AMC fan on. He likes the old AMCs as well, and that's true. Kevin said Crosley started using disc brakes in 49, okay? So Crosley was using them also shortly after the Tucker. So and there again, that's what's great about these discussions. That's what's great about the group of people that we have on here. We can all do this. So, and actually Jim just made another comment. The 63 Corvette, when the split window Corvette came out, their doors also cut into the roof like the Tucker. Excellent point. And there again, look at what we're discussing tonight. Look what we're all learning. It's a great group of people we have on here that are able to share their knowledge and have these discussions. And it's all these puzzle pieces that ended up where we are today. And we got another comment. Just think of the innovations we could have had if some of the free-thinking companies had survived. And there's a lot of truth to that. And the Tucker is the textbook example of it. Because you got to remember, back in the day, back in the teens and 20s, there were over 2,000 car manufacturers out there. Imagine some of the ideas that a lot of those guys had but didn't have the funds and the backing and the footprint to get them out there. So those are all excellent points. And the Tucker, like I said, is a textbook example of a lot of that. So anyway, that being said, we'll get ready to wrap up tonight. I don't want to keep you guys on too long. I know you get tired of listening to me talk. But I've gotten, I think, most of the comments. I've probably missed a few that were scrolling, or like I said, we've had some feed issues where I've gotten a bunch right after I got off and refreshed it. There was a bunch of stuff hung up in the system. So if I missed anybody, I apologize. Tried to catch whatever I could. And in fact, everything just kind of stopped on comments. So I don't know if we're done or if the system locked up on us. So anyway, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. Really cool stuff. I love it. We'll show you the banner one more time. There she is. Great colors. Just beyond excited to have that in my collection, as well as my other Tucker memorabilia. Yeah, Enrique, Zephyrs were amazing. I've actually got a grill for a 36 Zephyr. Great piece. Oh, my Chevy bow tie on the wall, Kevin. You want to take a better look at that too? That is off of a Chevy dealer. It is light up. Cool piece. I was really excited to add that to the collection too. So, but that is off of the side of a Chevy dealer. It's only 25 years old, so it's not a real old piece, but still looks good, and I'm obviously happy to have it. So anyway, that's what I've got for tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed the Tucker stuff tonight. Really appreciate all the comments and all the feedback. It was a great conversation tonight, and that's what makes this deal so awesome, is all of you that jump on and hang out and have a good time, and we share our knowledge and we have fun. So that's what it's all about. That's why we're in this hobby, and that's what's important about it. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and we will see you guys tomorrow night with some more cars. Thanks for stopping by, and we will catch you soon. Thanks for watching tonight, everybody.